Curtis, the Purple Knights of St. Aug. Let the games begin. You know, we spent a lot of time in Friday night studio land years and years ago.
A long time ago, when I had hair.
When you had hair, exactly. You'd be as tall as me if you still had it.
I probably would.
Let's get right to the games. We got so many blockbuster battles. We're going to start in your neck of the woods, right?
Some familiar
Catholic
foes.
League, Rummel and Curtis. Hall of Fame night at the Shrine on Airline. Patriots hosting the Raiders. First quarter, Rummel's up 3. Michael Escudé gets the rock first for the Patriots, and what does he do?
He just pounds it. That's what dive. Curtis, staple football, run the ball and play strong defense.
39 yards in the score. Patriots up 7-3. Next possession, more of the same. London Pageant dumps it off to Jacoby Boudreaux.
And get a nice screen. He's following his blockers and gets an open field and makes a tremendous play. I mean, this game was a juggernaut the whole night.
33 yards to the house. It's 14-3. We jump to the third quarter. Raiders need a stop, and man, would they get one. Russ Lewis strips it, falls on it. Raiders would get it.
Gives the Raiders life at this moment, and they're battling back, trying to get back in the game. This was a tremendous momentum change.
Ensuing kickoff, hungry for it again, and the Patriots oblige. They cough up the football. Mark Shesby Jr. scoops and scores. They failed on the conversion, but now it's a 14-12 game. They're down by 2. And remember that failed conversion turns out to be key.
Back.
Patriots come back.
Here
he is again, Escudé.
Escudé had a great night. Like I said, that's what they chip away.
Touchdown makes it 21-12. Patriots in front. Raiders desperate for a score. Tyler Holden fires to a wide open Kirby K. Jr. 21-19, but that's where it ended as Curtis survives the Raiders and stays unbeaten. 3-0 on the year.
Typical Catholic League football.
Great game, and we're not done with great games. Got a lot of them in the show tonight. We're going to jump up to West Monroe for the battle between Catholic and the Rebels, coming off a disappointing loss to North DeSoto. But they had to be ready because the powerhouse Catholic in town, unbeaten, and many people consider him maybe the second best team behind Ed McCarr. Early, though, lots of big defensive plays for the Rebels. As you can see, they get it in the backfield there with a Maddox Cobbs play, a Smoltz Lilly big hit, scoreless in the first. And Brady Giat
turnover right there.
Gives up a turnover there. The Bears would go in front as Baylor Graves scores on a touchdown run, 7-0. Catholic and Hudson Fuller's team looking sharp. But the Rebs would look to answer. Giat to Sam Turner.
Bowling ball, just bowling down the field.
46-yard pickup. West Monroe is in business. It sets up 22. Christian Pawnee, 7-yard jaunt into the end zone. And that would tie the game at 7.
Great atmosphere.
Oh, unbelievable atmosphere. And after Catholic scores on a touchdown pass to make it 14-7, Kedrian McNeil with the kickoff. And he goes 80. He had an 86-yarder last time. And there he goes to the house, tying the game 14-14. Now the Rebs were up 21-20 in the fourth. Catholic boots a field goal. They're up 23-21. Closing minutes. Rebs are driving. Oh, had a chance for a big play there. Unable to come down to it, but they're not going to be finished.
On their big tight end there, make a big play.
And there it is, taking a knee. The Rebels get the score they need, and they take the victory. Taking down the second-ranked team in 5A, 27-24, West Monroe. Now 3-1 on the year, suddenly in the conversation for a trip to the Dome, while Catholic High will regroup next week and play out of state in Mississippi against Madison Ridgeland.
Great ball game.
All right, we're just getting started. Friday night in the boot. Steve Schneider, Robert Valdez, stay right there. More coming up after this.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
So it's going to come down to this.
Can they do it? missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
Protect what matters most to you and find out the many ways you can benefit. 100% free tuition and fees to all state colleges. Job training in over 150 different career fields, healthcare, pay, and much more. The Louisiana Army National Guard, part-time service with lifelong benefits. Find out more by visiting www.lang-recruiting.com.
The LHSAA Network TV app features a 24/7 live channel as well as on-demand content with all the high school sports you want, and it's totally free. The app is available for download on TV-connected devices, including Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. It's the only place where every day is game day. Download the LHSAA Network TV app today.
Welcome back in. It's Friday night in the boot. Steve Schneider, Robert Valdez, and we were in Donaldsonville last night, and we took a look at a team that was in the Dome last year and could very well be back there. The Tigers of Dunham taking on the Ascension Catholic Bulldogs. Coming off their first loss of the year, they had a half dozen players in street closed, and this was their LHSAA Game of the Week appearance. Despite missing 3 receiving targets, Elijah Haven, unfazed, finds Richard Montgomery for 6. Remember that name and remember the number 8. Bulldogs had a couple drives inside the Tigers' 10. Come up empty here on 4th and goal. That would have been a chance to knot the score at 7-7. Then Haven back to work. Deep ball. Check out Richard Montgomery, number 8. The catch, the spin away from the defender. That's 2 for those guys. 14-0.
Those guys were dressed. Obviously, they made some plays. That was a spectacular play by it.
Yeah, you're missing 3 targets, and this guy comes up huge.
Right.
Later,
goal line stand.
yes,
right
the
here.
Bulldogs,
Defense
another
showed
trip
up.
inside, and I'll tell you what, the defense for the Tigers was stout, but I saw that. I think they did get it across the goal line, but by the time the officials got there, it wasn't across the goal line. And here we go. Montgomery again. Look at his speed and his strength.
What a night for number 8. He showed up and had a great game when they needed him.
So a 21-0 lead, and now in the third quarter, Haven finds fellow senior Chris Thomas on the slant, 28-0. That's 4 touchdown passes from Haven. Still in the third. Look at number 5 for number 5 as he slides away from the rush and hits Jarvis Washington. 35-0 at this point. And then number 6 for number 5. Guess who? Number 8, Richard Montgomery. 4 touchdown catches. 42-0 at this point. They had the running clock. He became the Army National Guard Player of the Game. I'm talking about Montgomery. And Neil Weiner celebrates his 100th victory as the Dunham head coach. Tigers 3-1, Bulldogs 2-2. What can you say?
I think the Tigers look primed to make another run. I think they have the weapons. I think they're the world coach, and I think they're going to be a serious contender to get back on the pump.
I believe that all the way. All right, let's take you to the Catholic lead now. It was Brother Martin against Jesuit. Garland Gillen from Fox 8 New Orleans with a recap of this heavyweight battle.
What a fantastic Catholic League opener, a battle of the unbeatens. It's Brother Martin against Jesuit. First play from scrimmage, Hudson Fields goes deep to Easton Royal for a 60-yard touchdown. Satyrs up 7-0. Next possession, Fields goes up top again, connects with Rex LeBlanc, 46 yards into Jay's territory. Same drive, 4th and 1. Jesuit D shuts down the QB keeper, still 7-0. Crusaders have an answer. Brady McCluskey picks off Sully Sullivan. Brother Martin in business at the 26 of Jesuit. That would lead to this. Jack Malawsaw, 19-yard touchdown run. Satyrs up 14-0. Jays would answer. Sullivan finds a wide open Jair Burks. Nothing but real estate in front of him. It's 14-7. Third quarter now, Justin Morgan in at quarterback. He hits Easton Royal in stride for the touchdown. The little brother of former LSU baseball star Trey Morgan makes it 21-10. Ensuing kickoff, Burks takes it in, makes some moves, 66-yard touchdown for the track star. Two-pointer is no good, 21-16. First play of the fourth quarter, Luca Ascani barrels into the end zone for a 1-yard touchdown, 28-16 Satyrs. Manny Vandenway in at quarterback, 4th and goal from the 3, just gets in there, 28-23. Jays get the ball back, Michael Cerruti punches it in from 2 yards out, 29-28, Jesuit takes the lead. 6 seconds to go, Maximo Barrios, 37-yard field goal to win it, just gets in there. Brother Martin takes it 31-29.
He's been out pretty much all year, just got cleared this week to kick for us, full on. Really proud of him. He didn't have the greatest night. This is what I'm really proud of him about. Didn't have a great night punting. Last punt, he didn't have a great punt. Say, hey man, you never know. You could have a game winner coming up. He was able to shake it. I think the timeout really helped him kind of settle in. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of all of our guys.
Brother Martin improves to 4-0 on the season. Jesuit drops to 3-1. From Tad Gormley Stadium, Garland Gillen, Fox 8, Local First.
31-29, Brother Martin with the win. Catholic League Coliseum sees a great game, and down to the wire, 2 familiar foes. And like I said, this district is always gonna have these kind of classic games.
A lot of passion when you, pretty much every weekend, you've got at least a few games. You're here tonight because your game's tomorrow with...
Yeah, I wasn't gonna sleep anyway, so I might as well spend time with you.
That's right, that's right. All right, well, let's take you back to the Monroe area, Sterlington and West Washita meeting in this one, and I'll tell you what, the Panthers always play a tough schedule. Those guys aren't quite as big as they appear in that shot, just letting you know.
Yes, they are.
Anyway, we saw this team in the Superdome last year, right? They were heavy.
That's what they do. They run the ball.
Landon Washington, he's only a sophomore. Getting a touchdown right there. The band plays on.
Looked like got a couple of guys banged up a little bit.
Yep, that was David Hickman, who is obviously in street clothes, holding the football for good measure. And here we go again.
Defense, Johnny on spot scores. Get defensive points early. That's great.
Cam Bagwell into the end zone, gets the turnover chain and the 6 points. West Washita trying to come up with something that looked like a good idea, but maybe not.
Yeah, it worked in practice.
A scoop and score. That was, I believe, Stephen English. Another sophomore. Man, this Sterlington team has a lot of good young players.
Flags and
there's
pass.
a connection on the touchdown pass.
Run the ball as they do it. Flags and pass are going to be there. And those guys play extremely tough, extremely disciplined, and very, very hard.
Great atmosphere on campus, and here we go again. It's J. Rob Breen. And finding another touchdown right there, T.J. Birch is into the end zone. At this point, Sterlington is cruising against West Washita. And how about, if you can run it, you can certainly do play action, and they're doing it all day long. This one goes to Devin Downs. So many underclassmen starring in this game.
And so many different people scoring. I mean, there's a lot of guys that
and that's what we saw in the Superdome last year. I mean, just so many guys. Exactly. All right, final in this one. As Sterlington moves to 3-1. Coach Doty happy with that performance, I'm sure. 49-8. West Washita now 2-2 will face Caldwell Parish. Next game up for Sterlington.
Neville Tigers, that's going to be a big one.
The team we're about to see here on the show. All right, he's coaching tomorrow, a Saturday game. We've already got our game of the week on tap for next week, and it's a good one. We'll be going to Washington Parish, Franklinton's Demons, who were in the Dome last year, against a very good opponent in Jules Sumner. We can't wait to get there for that one. Hope you'll join us here on the LHSA Network. It's also on the LHSA YouTube channel as well. Back with more of Friday Night in the Boot right after this.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
The start of school means the start of new sports seasons, which unfortunately can mean injuries. Too often, sports injuries are treated with opioids, leading to addiction among our youth. And drug addictions can cause overdoses and deaths. If you're injured, ask your doctor for medicines and therapies that don't use opioids. And if you're struggling with opioid addiction, we can offer treatment. Opioid addiction is a losing game. Help. Learn more at realhelpvr.com. That's realhelpvr.com.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
And right on cue, we're back to the show and a preview, a look at the team that will be hosting our game of the week, Franklinton's Demons. They were in the Superdome last year, lost a heartbreaker at Fontainebleau on a Thursday night. And of course, Coach Salt, Nick Saltaformaggio, and his Demons looking to build off a victory last week, this time on the road. Opening kickoff, Franklinton comes out roaring. Ricardo Burris blows right past the Bulldogs, an open field, all gas, no brakes. A house call, and it's 7-0 Demons just like that.
Just like that. Right here comes back. They're coming, trying to get big play and all that, and they did a great job. Get back on the board and get the game back in shape.
Landon Shure with the rock. 27-yard touchdown. 7-6. Franklinton still in front. Demons back on offense. 4th down. Gabe Solomon powers his way, taking down the quarterback. The big sack and a big stop for the Bulldogs. Then they're back on offense. It's 4th down, and Gabe Solomon powers in to take down the quarterback.
Big turnover right there for Franklinton.
Yep.
Johnny on the spot, get a quick screen, hits the sideline. And
Jacob Crane cruising at this point. Touchdown, and Franklinton leads by a score of 14-6. Fontainebleau tries to respond. A bad snap, though, gives the Demons a chance to capitalize on another mistake. Tyler McGee, fumble recovery. He takes it to the house. A 21-6 Demons lead. They've now scored offense, defense, special teams. Just what you want to see as a coach.
Blue comes back and goes to screen, try to get some momentum going and trying to get in the scoring column.
Yep. Later in this same drive, though, Fontainebleau, again, another turnover bug. Taylor McCray comes up with the pick. Franklinton secondary really owning this game. And then Fontainebleau back on offense, launching a rocket toward the end zone.
Turnovers kill you, and I think this game, the turnovers did.
The Mikey's McLean intercepts in the end zone. 41-20. The Demons get it done. They're now 3-1 as they get ready to host Jules Sumner in their next matchup.
Big game this week.
Gina Giants on the road tonight, and they were battling a familiar rival, Winfield. And check out this entrance. Are you kidding me?
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's, well, I don't know exactly where he landed or if he landed, but it was good to see him up there for the time being, right?
Right, hopefully he landed.
Yep.
The Giants start off, and they
a little problem with our video there, but now here we go.
Number 10, that's going to be Daniel Hatcher with a big, long touchdown run, good-looking fella. And then he's back at it again. Physical, powerful run against a fumble right there.
Tell you what, though, they forced the fumble in that collision, but it didn't keep Gina from keeping on.
This is Darian Cooper right now on the big catch and reception going in for the touchdown.
Big senior scoring there, and here we go, back in the end zone. The Giants starting to exert their muscles.
Mr. Derek Wilson, another senior for Gina.
Yeah, between Cedric Wilson and
So Derek, and they got some names.
Oh, yeah.
And they're big and strong.
So eventually Winfield does get on the board, but this was all Gina Giants, 52-22. So Gina is now 4-0 on the season.
Great start for the Giants.
Yep. Winfield falls to 1-3. Their next game, not an easy one, as they'll be taking on Bunky. Gina will take on Tioga. All right, the game of the week.
Big matchup here.
St. Thomas More hosting Neville. That's, of course, obviously always going to be a huge matchup. Two programs with that kind of pedigree.
Long pass play. Right there at number 13. That's going to be Zaylen Young, a senior for Neville. 2-point conversion by number 22, Jarvis Blackston gets it in. Big turnover right here. Forces St. Thomas More into a bad situation. Number 8 for St. Thomas More is back on Johnny's spot. Gets a turnover by number 3 for Neville. That would be Jamarian Robertson, Kingston Obi. Touchdown pass to number 13 right there. Number Zealand Young with the big catch. Long kickoff right now. And like I said, this is one of the big heavyweights in the state of Louisiana right there. Got a tremendous kick return by Kyle Gilliard, the senior receiver for St. Thomas More.
And they needed that in the third quarter. They're down 16-0 at this point, but that gets them fired up. And then their quarterback, Bergeron swings it out. Carter Malansaw. That touchdown cuts the lead to 16-6. Then the Cougars pull within 16-13. Bergeron finding Christian Bro. We're in the fourth quarter now, and it's Robinson and Young connecting. Second touchdown combination for them, 23-13. Neville back to a double-digit lead, but St. Thomas More rallies as Bergeron.
Great play by Bergeron. Avoiding sack.
36-yard connection right there, 23-20.
Special teams, Johnny on the spot.
Onside kick, stealing a possession as Christian Bro comes up with it, and then Bergeron completes the comeback. Connor Moe weaving through the Tiger defenders. He will score the touchdown. St. Thomas More in front, 27-23. The home crowd loving it. And then Robinson and his Tigers moving down the field. But that deflection ends up in the hands of Heath Hernandez. That interception is going to set the cheerleader celebration off and send the home folks happy home.
Very happy.
27-23. So they trailed 16-0, and they come all the way back, outscoring their opponent 27-7 the rest of the way. Jim Hightower and his staff really doing a good job knocking off a very good team that, as we mentioned, will play Sterlington next time out of the gate.
Tough to win down there at that place.
Absolutely.
I should know.
You've been there. 1 point, right?
Yeah.
Friday night in the boot rolls on right after this.
Protect what matters most to you and find out the many ways you can benefit. 100% free tuition and fees to all state colleges. Job training in over 150 different career fields, healthcare, pay, and much more. The Louisiana Army National Guard, part-time service with lifelong benefits. Find out more by visiting www.lang-recruiting.com.
At Breck Golf Courses, we focus on the highest level of play. That means award-winning courses, state-of-the-art practice facilities, unique shot-making opportunities, and tournament-level playing experiences. With 2 championship courses located in the parish, Beaver Creek and Santa Maria courses make the perfect setting to test your golf skills. Find your next hole-in-one with Breck Golf.
So it's going to come down to this.
Can they do it? Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, Our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioneer Andrews Institute. Long live you.
And welcome back to Friday Night in the Boot. Steve Schneider, Robert Valdez. Coach, these intersectional matchups, these big games made to strengthen your team and test your team are fun, but when you get to district play, then it's on, right?
It's on. I mean, it's and then, you know, the thing about it that makes it that much important is that there's no secrets.
Yes.
You know your opponent knows you, and hopefully you're ready.
As a matter of fact, East Ascension and Denham used to play spring games against each other, and now they're in the same district. Different coaching in some cases, but let's go. Denham Springs at East Ascension. There's the East Ascension crowd, a nice gathering. District opening third quarter, and the Yellow Jackets on the road and trailing 13-7. Zaylen Smith looking to add to the Spartans lead, but he is going to be picked off. And again, we're having a little bit of a lag in our video right there, but as you can see, stepping in to make the play for Denham Springs, that would be Quentin Clay, a big senior play and a senior moment. And from there, Dejan Goldman to Sean Goldman, and the Jackets will take the lead on the touchdown pass, 14-13 as the Twins connect for the score. Still in the third quarter, and it's going to be Zaylen Smith finding his receiver. That would be Bryson Martinez over the middle. He bobbles,
turn tight end,
but then hangs on to it. Yes, sir. Big target, easy to find, right?
Right.
And then Smith finds Mason Koto for the score. Spartans go back in front, pleasing the home crowd. Ensuing kickoff. Whenever you say that, you know something big's going to happen. Will Denham Springs respond with a score and get right back in the game? We're about to find out. The Jackets, it's on the carpet, and it's a fumble, and the Spartans take control. They're back in Denham territory right at the end of the third quarter.
Those things hurt.
And in the fourth quarter, Jason Blackburn would punch it in. Spartans go up by 6 and then burn most of the fourth quarter on the ground. East Ascension beats Denham Springs in this one, 26-20. The final score is the Jackets fall to 2-2. East Ascension will take a 3-1 record into their game with Live Oak. All right, speaking of powerhouse teams, we mentioned Edna Carr and Catholic, but how about Ash? These guys definitely need to be in the conversation. The Trojans celebrating homecoming, and the queen this year, senior Amari Dupar. Trojans waste no time in their game against Opelousas. Carson Sellers connecting with Alex Fontenot. That is a deadly combination if you're a defense.
No time.
The Trojans 7-0 with a 60-yarder.
Trojans back on offense. Seller rolls out and he finds Gaines McKenzie in the end zone for another Trojan touchdown. Ash is up 14-0.
Then at the goal line, Sellers hands off Noble Williams, the 1-2 punch. Again, they're in the end zone. Then Sellers in the pocket. Long ball. Jakyron Griffin walks in. It's 28-0, folks. These opponents stand no chance against the Trojans' power, as we saw the knockout punch both on the sideline and in the end zone. Sellers on one of the best QBs in Central Louisiana. It looks like he's a little brother Briggs is going to be in a different direction, being in the next big center boxer. We just saw Briggs having a great time on the sideline. That's right. That was another touchdown as a 38-6 halftime score. Check out the final score. Ash rolling big over Opelousas. 59-6 your final score. We're going to take a break and be back with more of Friday Night in the Boot right after this.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
And welcome back to Friday Night in the Boot. Steve Schneider and Robert Valdez, the coach of the Purple Knights of St. Aug. Guest hosting as Troy LaBeouf has got the night off. We're not going to give him any more nights off.
No.
So thanks for being here.
Appreciate it.
ERAF, the Bobcats, great in baseball, right into football. They're picking up where they left off, taking on Vermilion Catholic.
Vermilion Catholic looking to play spoiler to ERAT's unbeaten record. ERAT's quarterback, Jack Landry, finds Landon DeRuin. Big run for DeRuin to the end zone for the Bobcats. Eagles are looking for an answer. Jahil Charles coming up will be punching it in and out, and Vylon Toops recovers.
So you get a turnover, you figure you're going to capitalize on that, would they?
Landry's back to work. Landry's going to come back, and he's going to find Talon Landry, who rumbles his way to the 50-yard line. Landry then hands off to Charles, and he's in for the score.
Yield Charles.
Eagles get on the board from William Simon. Bobcats win it in the final score.
24-14. So they're unbeaten, 4-0, heading into next week's game with Westlake. Vermilion Catholic, 1-3. Their next game against the Riverside Rebels. All right, speaking of River Parish teams, how about St. Charles Catholic hosting De La Salle? And the Comets were up 14-0 in the second quarter as we get there. And the Comets on the move, looking for more. Landry LeBlanc is going to fake the handoff right there and then read his blockers and get in position to move for a first down. It's almost like NFL films. You get a little slow-mo action, right?
This is great film to watch for a coach. I'm loving this.
Yeah, you get to see all the missed blocks. And yep.
Good to see it. So.
Later in the drive, though, they're going to go to bread and butter, and you know who that is in the backfield. That would be Skylar Edwards, their running back. He's looking to punch it in, and sure enough, he will. 14-0 becomes 21-0 as the Comets score right there. St. Charles Catholic would again try to score right before the half, but the turnover bug bit the Comets. They never liked that. Wayne Stein obviously works really hard to keep that from happening, but De La Salle will take a break any way they can get one. In this case, it is LeBlanc throwing downfield and getting picked off right before halftime. De La Salle did eventually get some points in the resulting drive after the pickoff right there. And I believe, let's see, that's Devin Barberin, the senior, getting the interception right there for De La Salle. Final score in this one, though, was 28-6, as the only score the Cavaliers had was off of that turnover, and they are now 0-4 on the season, while the Comets an impressive 4-0 start. But man, next week,
both teams
taking on St. James, that could be a barn burner.
Get the pencils ready.
All right, we're going to take another timeout here on Friday Night in the Boot. Back with much more, perhaps the most surprising game of the night still to come.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. long live you.
Protect what matters most to you and find out the many ways you can benefit. 100% free tuition and fees to all state colleges. Job training in over 150 different career fields, healthcare, pay, and much more. The Louisiana Army National Guard. Part-time service with lifelong benefits. Find out more by visiting www.lang-recruiting.com.
No one ever thinks they'll be in this position. Buying medication online could put you here, or here, or here. Counterfeit pills and other illicit substances are being laced with fentanyl, and fentanyl kills. It's 50 times stronger than heroin. Medical professionals can't even tell the difference between a real pill and one that is fake. At least not until they do your autopsy. Don't take anything online that doesn't come from your doctor. Buying online can leave you flatlined.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
And welcome back into Friday Night in the Boot, a Thursday night matchup featuring Bunky traveling the long trip down to Morgan City to take on Central Catholic. And first quarter, right out of the boot, right out of the chute, it's going to be Brady Wright with the jump pass. And that connects with Ron Patterson. So Panthers on the move. And then it's Zion Lee for the handoff and in for the touchdown, 7-0. Bunky takes the lead. Coach Hillman wants his troops to get a fast start. They actually didn't have the fastest start. A little trouble scoring and getting possessions, but another deep pass. Amari Perry collects it for a big gain. And then from there, that man, Zion Lee, is going to be asked to escort that football, that pigskin, into the end zone, and he would do that as it was a 20-0 Bunky lead in the second quarter. And there he is getting the rock, and there he's getting a block, and eventually he's going to just kind of the C parts.
Big young man running the ball.
Goes in for the touchdown. 20-0 at that point. Bunky's defense did a job on Central Catholic's Eagles. 33-6 was your final, as Bunky is now 4-0 and takes on Winfield. Next up for Central Catholic, a trip to Central Lafourche. All right, the surprise of the night took place
on the West Bank. Lafayette Christian visiting the Shaw Eagles quarterback, Lafayette Christian quarterback, Brandon Walker rolls out to the right and throws an interception to Shaw's Rontre Carter. And Shaw's first play coming up.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
You're gonna see DeAndre Franklin just.
Right.
He was serious. Let's put it that way. Check this out. Spins out of one, spins out of two.
And up the middle, breaking a few tackles and takes it down to the Lafayette Christian 15-yard line.
That's a Superman impression right there. That's what that is.
Second quarter, Shaw's DeAndre Franklin takes the handoff and runs down to the 5-yard line. Shaw leads 7-0.
And Walker in this game did throw this touchdown pass, and that was to Caden Bellard, a 2-point conversion, no good. It cut the lead to 7-6. But Walker was intercepted in this game 6 times. This one by Jai Johnson of Shaw takes it to the LCA 35. Then on a 4th and 8, Shaw's quarterback
rolls to the right, throws a strike to Tyree Lowe, right down the middle for a 33-yard touchdown. Shaw's 14, LCA 6. LCA's quarterback rolls to his right, now throws the ball across his body, and it's picked off again for the 4th interception of the day.
Just in the first half,
in the first half. Hayden Hudson takes down to the 9-yard line for LCA. After that, Shaw's DeAndre Franklin on 4th down takes it in for a 1-yard touchdown. Shaw leads 21-6.
Some serious play for the Eagles as they had a rough start to their season, as you'd expect with the teams they were playing. Arch rival Rummel, who's really good, Edna Carr, who's really good, but Lafayette Christian, first loss of the year, and it doesn't get any easier as the Knights will have to travel to Baton Rouge to take on defending state champion Central in their next battle. All right, on the North Shore, we've got the Mandeville Skippers calling on the Slidell Tigers.
I love these student
The
sections.
Tigers are wearing blue. I'm confused now. I thought the Tigers were green. Maybe they dressed up because it's Mandeville.
Right.
Anyway, here you go. Tigers get on the board early. That's Ricky Williams III scoring the touchdown. Then the defense all over the Skippers' offense. Slidell having its way at the line of scrimmage in this one. Here's more evidence of that as nothing but green jerseys around that ball carrier. The Tigers, who got an impressive win over Lutcher to start the season, trying to fight back into the win column. Now that's not good. That's a turnover there as it's scooped up by Mandeville's number 5. That would be Cameron Martin, a senior linebacker. And then the offense gets rolling. The completion up the field to Brendan McNeely, the senior wide receiver. From there, a little cruise into the end zone. His name's Crew. I was trying to have some fun.
Yeah, I got you.
Crew Kalura. Anyway, Slidell ends up winning this game rather decisively. Again, Williams showing you some moves there. Just jukes away from the defender into the end zone for the touchdown, and the Tigers double up the Skippers in this one. 28-14. Slidell's next game will be against Hammond, as they're now in district play, of course, and Mandeville is going to take on North Shore, the Panthers, next up for the Skippers. All right, we're going to take a timeout once again here on Friday Night in the Boot. Robert Valdez and Steve Schneider back with more. Stay right there.
The LHSAA Network TV app features a 24/7 live channel as well as on-demand content with all the high school sports you want, and it's totally free. The app is available for download on TV-connected devices, including Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. It's the only place where every day is game day. Download the LHSAA Network TV app today.
So it's going to come down to this.
Can they do it? Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play!
Protect what matters most to you and find out the many ways you can benefit. 100% free tuition and fees to all state colleges. Job training in over 150 different career fields, healthcare, pay, and much more. The Louisiana Army National Guard, part-time service with lifelong benefits. Find out more by visiting www.lang-recruiting.com.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Welcome back, a Week 4 edition of Friday Night in the Boot. Can't believe we're almost to the halfway point of the season. It seems to fly by. Steve Schneider and Robert Valdez. And who's the best on the west side? That's the question they ask in the Baton Rouge area whenever Plaquemine and Bruley get together, a big west side rivalry. The Panthers hosting the Green Devils. And it was 20-6, Plaquemine in front as they went to halftime. Now, Drake Vincent expected to make a play coming up in these next highlights, and Roddick Covington perhaps is going to get the completion here. I know that Bruley had some passing turnover problems in the first half of this game, and Vincent to Covington. And again, we're having a little bit of a drag, a little slow-mo look at the mechanics, and boom! Suddenly it speeds up.
He'll speed up at the right time.
Dalen Jenkins with a hit. There was a flag and a first down plus 15 yards on that one. Eventually, it's a 4th and goal. Red zone turnovers were an issue in the first half, and there we go again. Vincent picked off in the end zone by Roderick Bingham, so it remains a 20-6 score. Then a 4th down. Plaquemine trying to fake punt. John Walker picking up plenty of big yardage, but a flag on the play. Guess what? That wipes it out.
Bring it back.
Now Bruley needs some offense in a hurry, down 2 scores. Vincent's pass to Darion Bennett. Pass midfield and a first down. So the Panthers are moving. As we go into the 4th quarter, it's the same drive. Covington takes the handoff, number 22, to the boundary and in for the touchdown. It's now a 20-12 game. Can they get the extra point? No.
Oh.
Boinked it off the upright. And so it's still 20-12. They're going to need a touchdown and a 2-point play to perhaps force an overtime. Green Devils trying to run out the clock on a 3rd and short. Spencer Collins Jr. moves the chains right there. A few plays later, it's now a 4th down. Bruley has to have a stop. Brennan Miles. A big collision right there and an incomplete pass. However, a flag down. The officials would confer over this one. They would wave off the flag, and probably because it wasn't a catchable ball. So with 2:43 to go in the 4th quarter, Bruley needs a touchdown and that 2-point conversion to keep this game going. On a 3rd down, though, Vincent, who suffered turnover after turnover in this game, has the same result right there. He is intercepted by Travis Riley, and Plaquemine can run out the clock from there. They are the best on the west side in 2025, and they're also 3-1. That was Bruley's first loss of the year.
Bragging rights.
All right, Ponchatoula and a place you're familiar with, St. James. Who's that guy?
Beautiful downtown Vashry. That's Coach Davis over there.
Lavanta Davis. His Wildcats lost to Terrebonne in a mighty battle last week. Jawan Jackson, the quarterback. Now, I guess what, a sophomore after starring as a freshman. Gets a first down a few plays later. Kanye Zenon over the top for the touchdown. The Wildcats with the first score. They go up 6-0 against Ponchatoula. A little bit later, another possession coming up. Recognize any of those folks?
A couple of them.
I'm sure you do.
It's homecoming down there in Nashville.
Yes, indeed.
Kai's Villanova. That guy's electric.
Villanova, who made our pick 6 a couple of weeks ago, picks up the first down. A couple plays later, Xavier Johnson steps in for 6 more. They would add a 2-point play and go up by 14-0. And then the Green Wave with an opportunity to try to get something going, but Nolan Zenon, who was our regional MVP at the Warwick Dunn banquet last year, just makes a big hit in the backfield. Big tackle for loss. The Wildcats would get it back. Villanova then. Man, this guy's electric. Look at him, just sidestep tacklers. Speed, quickness, and he's strong.
Much strong for his size.
And then he gets rewarded here. The pass, and Villanova is gone on the slant. St. James in dominant fashion. 54-0 was your final score. The Green Wave 0-4 will play Independence next. And as we mentioned already, St. James and St. Charles, huge River Parish football game coming up next week. We've got a huge game next week in Washington Parish, North Shore at its best. That's right, Jules Sumner will make the trip over from the Kentwood area to Franklinton. The Demons will host the Cowboys. That should be a great football game and maybe a kind of a preview of what the playoffs might look like and some of the best teams in the bracket.
Early indicator.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, we got much more. Friday Night in the Boot right after this.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game, like you got nothing to lose.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Welcome back in Friday night in the booth. Steve Schneider and the coach, Robert Valdez. A couple of games left to get to, and we'll start back on the North Shore, actually in Slidell again, where undefeated Covington Lions on the road taking on the North Shore Panthers. Panthers still looking for their first win. Lions quarterback Matthew Fussell keeping it on this one, past the defenders, headed to the sideline, and wow, just like that, Covington on the board for an early 7-0 lead. Ensuing drive, North Shore sets up a field goal. That on 4th down, it's a fake, but Covington shuts it down immediately. First half of this one was a lot of defense. Javon Richardson takes down Fussell right there as the Panthers defense shows out. Then the Lions on offense, Fussell to the right, but he's going to be tripped up. That's Brennan Overby. Tackle for loss, a big moment for the North Shore defense who's hanging in. Covington had enough of it though. Panthers back on offense. Derek Dunbar gets to the quarterback for a play for the Lions. It's knotted up at 7s in the second quarter as the Lions, Jawan Brock back to receive. Dodging defenders up the sideline. He's knocked out of bounds. A nice pickup for Covington, but the drive would stall. Then the Panthers back on offense. Dunbar comes in hot.
Wow.
That was a big hit.
Oh my goodness, 33. Derek Dunbar just unleashed.
Yep. North Shore ends up upsetting Covington. How about that? Wow. A 3-0 versus an 0-3, but the home field, the home turf, Covington got that early touchdown and then no more touchdowns, and North Shore wins it by the final of 17.
These two teams don't travel far next weekend home.
Oh yeah. As you can read it off for them right there. Certainly
has not been done since
2014. All right.
We have not beaten Oak Grove.
This would be the Rayville Oak Grove game to finish things out. District opener. That's Lynn Middleton giving his Hornets a little pregame speech. Of course, we know Oak Grove's always good. And I like that touch on the jersey. The Grove kind of says it all, doesn't it? All right, after a block punt, the Tigers pounce on it, and in for the score, it's Patrick Hill. Ryan Gregory's team off to a good start. Next drive, Bryson Reeves, a dart to Cruz Moreland. He runs free in the secondary. Cruz showing off the speed. Of course he did. 14-0 in the first. And not the start that Coach Middleton had hoped for his team as the Hornets put a drive together, can't score, and then more Oak Grove as the Tigers start taking over. They led by 50-6 at halftime. 50-6.
That's more passes and one highlight that I've seen Oak Grove do in a long time.
Yeah. And they've got a balanced offense. They got a great defense. They make a play on special teams. And what was the score? 50-18?
It was 50-18 Oak Grove with a big win, on the road.
So they kind of eased off the gas in the second half there. All right, we've got some scores to check out from games that we didn't show you highlights of. District opener, Dutchtown wins big over Prairieville. Sam Houston over Sulphur by 20. Santa Ma, a 14-point win. St. Paul's over JFK. Woodlawn of Baton Rouge over the Saints of Westville, 34-7, and Lutcher really got that offense going.
Oh my God.
Timmy Charles, welcome to the show. 51-8 over the Mustangs of Assumption. Other scores, other action that we have, any particular score that you're looking for? How about this one?
Oh, wow. I mean, you're looking at right now, DeRitter, 24-20 over Westlake. Pineville, 28-21 over Leesville. Ben, North Louisiana, man, I tell you, they test the clocks up there. Ben loses to Cavalry, 42-59. Newman gets off the skid and I think they win their first game over Willow, 4-8.
Yep.
Westminster, 41-28 over Catholic High Point Capri.
That is a big win for the Crusaders.
Exactly.
They've got it rolling, and Catholic Point Capri,
Jennings
always a good program.
Wins 25-7 over Northwest.
Bulldogs went in. That's a big matchup. Two teams that we will have on our games of the week later in the year. Jennings will have them against Notre Dame. Northwest against Church Point.
Richwood, 30. Tioga, 54. Big win for Tioga.
Look at Notre Dame.
Notre
Catholic
Dame. Oh my God. I mean, these games are unreal early in the season. 35-34 Notre Dame with the win. Eunice loses to Kinder 20-22. Jeanneret pulls out a big win over Laurelville 20-6. St. Mary's beats Manny 32-28, and Riverside big over St. Thomas Aquinas 41-0.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this week's Friday Night in the Boot. Robert Valdez, appreciate you sitting in.
Thank you.
For the rest of our crew, I'm Steve Schneider. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week, Friday Night in the Boot.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Protect what matters most to you and find out the many ways you can benefit. 100% free tuition and fees to all state colleges. Job training in over 150 different career fields, healthcare, pay, and much more. The Louisiana Army National Guard. Part-time service with lifelong benefits. Find out more by visiting www.lang-recruiting.com.
So it's going to come down to this.
Can they do it? Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play!
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.